scheduling things, but we're able to fit it in, which is wonderful. So Sister Jackie, you were here, we were talking about a couple months ago about a Discernment of Spirits retreat that was happening at our mother house. And now we have one happening in Prairie du Sac. Do you want to, first of all, what is Discernment of Spirits?
Well, discernment of spirits is to know whether a good spirit or evil spirit is speaking to you. Because sometimes we feel that, oh, God wants me to do this or God wants me to do that, and it's not really God speaking to us or a good spirit. So Ignatius St. Ignatius of Loyola came up with some rules to help us to know when a good spirit or an evil spirit is speaking to us. So he has 14 rules in the first set and 8 in the second set. And then we also go through discernment of God's will and how to go through that process. And we kind of wrap it up all in one day. So it's a real quick trip, but it does have time for you to pray and to consider it.
Mm-hmm. And normally these retreats are held at our mother house in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. But for those kind of in the southern part of the state, Prairie du Sac, where is Prairie du Sac located?
It's just outside of Madison, and it's not too far, and it's in the Valley of Our Lady Cistercian Monastery. And we will have that up. And if you would go to our website of the Franciscan Sisters of Christian Charity and check vocation events, you would be able to register. They will give many different retreat opportunities, and just look for the one for March 14th at Prairie du Sac.
Prairie du Sac. And what's some like, because some people might wonder, well, so what makes this a bit different? And what's really cool about this is you get to see 2 different orders of sisters. You get to see the Cistercians, which are more of a contemplative community, and then the Franciscan Sisters of Christian Charity, which is more of an active community. So it's really a great way to explore the different community styles and things like that, right?
Right, because technically we are not called, you and I, we are not called nuns, but many times that's what we're called. Oh, are you a nun? And I'll just say, yes, I'm a sister. So it's the cloistered orders that take a 4th vow of stability, where they stay at the monastery, and their main vocation is prayer. And they pray about 7 different times throughout the 24 hours. Some get up at midnight to pray, and then they do the other 6 hours during the day. What's really neat about this retreat is after I give some talks and you have about a half hour to 45 minutes of quiet time, it coincides with a few of their prayer times. So then we go into chapel and have the prayer with them, so we can see how they do this throughout the day. Also, the first time we had the retreat at a monastery, at a cloister, I asked Sister, how are we going to do that if they can't talk? And she said, well, we're going to have it in their visiting parlor, and they get special permission to be able to listen to the talks also. And then during the free time, they can come and talk to them, and they have special permission to talk to them, to let them know about their life, so you can learn about the Cistercians. And I will also be available in case some of the girls want to talk about being a sister and not a nun. So that's the difference between the two.
For sure.
Well, sisters like us, we have apostolates. So that means we're active in nursing, teaching, pastoral ministry, campus ministry, or like yourself, doing some videography for different companies and different places where our sisters are. So that's why we're called the active or apostolic sisters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's really, so this retreat that's coming up on March 14th in Prairie du Sac at Valley of Our Lady Monastery. It's really a great opportunity to see both worlds and kind of get a sense of which one might God be calling you as. Would you be a sister working actively out in the world, or be a contemplative working in the monastery and staying within the monastery? So
right, and it's a great way to find out what God is calling these young women to, but also even if they decide and God isn't calling them to religious life, it would help them to know what religious life is all about. So it's a very good experience one way or the other.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for talking with us, Sister Jackie. I'll put, for those who are interested in the retreat, I'm going to put our website link in the comments, so feel free to check it out. It's not too late. You still can sign up and still be a part of this wonderful event. So,
and I also forgot to tell them it starts at 7:45 in the morning if they want to come to the Mass. This day it happens to be at 7:45, and then the retreat starts right after that. And then the retreat goes until about 5 p.m., just so they have an idea of the timing.
Oh, yes, that's really good. Thank you, Sister Jackie. You think of everything. That's good. Well,
it was good talking to you. It's always good.
Oh, always good talking with you. And I hope, and thank you so much, all of you, everyone, for tuning in and watching. And hopefully we'll see you at the retreat. So may God's blessings be with you always.
Right. God bless.